Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the 7 a.m. Motivation Hour. I'm your host, Welbon Omar Salaam from EcoEntrepreneurs, and we're here to motivate you, inspire you to do great things. Let me go ahead and share my screen immediately. We're going to jump right in and share sound. All right, just doing some work here. Now, where we left off from yesterday, we were talking about the impact that that we could give, that we could have by planting trees. I didn't touch, I touched on it, but I didn't explain in detail what it was that our Microsoft Edge add-on does. Okay, what it does is it allows for your company to have a broader audience. Okay, to have a wider audience, and this is key because driving sales for you means when you become a planting partner and you get more sales, there's more trees being planted because the sales you get from this campaign, if you have pledged to be a planting partner for on a one-to-one basis, then 50% of your revenue that comes from this campaign that we've set up for you can plant trees. And that's huge, depending on what type of company you are, how big your company is, how long it's been open, your audience, how big your audience is, how big your industry is, how big your niche is, and how many people actually go to you for what you do, because you might be so sub-niched that it's like, wow, they only do this. They're laser focused on this. This is their target. So just wanted to touch on that because that was very, very key what we talked about yesterday, and I wanted to showcase that. All right. And again, every time you open a new tab, a new background comes up. Beautiful. Okay. And this is how you find it. So you're gonna go to Microsoft. You're just gonna type in Microsoft Edge, and you're gonna say add-ons, right? And then you're gonna type in Honeydew. Boom. We're trending at number 18 right here. We're trending at number 18 for beautiful, for the word business. This is how you know that we're up there in the and we're searchable, and you're gonna be found. All right. We will type in business. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look in Microsoft Edge add-ons, and then we're gonna type in business. Last time I checked, we were trending at number 18 in the world for the word business on Microsoft Edge. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now we're number 17. So we moved up a rank. Okay, we're trending at number 17, as you can see right there, in the world for the word business. We're on that front page. So if you want your business to be seen, okay, by millions, tens of millions of people that type in business right here, tens of millions of people who use Microsoft Edge alone, because we're trending for other keywords as well. Beautiful tabs, okay? We're trending for that as well. I want you to click on Honeydew Dev Business Tabs video theme and install it, all right? It enhances your browsing experience, and it provides a sleek and professional look to your Microsoft Edge browser, featuring video-themed backgrounds on your new tab page instead of just blah or blank or the news or just, and you can search the web on two, not one, but two web, excuse me, I lost my words. On not one, but two search engines on the same page, Google and Microsoft Bing, all right, with a nice big search bar. And you don't gotta like squint your eyes and see what you're typing. We made it nice and big, all right? Immerse yourself in captivating views as you navigate the internet. In addition, the theme supports a select group of sponsors displayed at the bottom of the tab. With every new user acquisition, we plant a tree in partnership with EcoEntrepreneurs Network to reduce our carbon footprint. Furthermore, a percentage of the theme sales, we made it free now, but it was a percentage of the theme sales are donated to local charities and organizations featured on our sponsor list. Join our business sponsor list and contribute to the theme while helping us expand our entrepreneurial user base. So there are plenty of ways to contribute, all right? Spreading the word about it. Once you're on the platform, you send in your logo to us. We'll add you to the next iteration of the next version when it comes out, right? We are Microsoft partners, and Honeydew Development is our company of EcoEntrepreneurs. But we've partnered together, and we made it so that we can send business to you. We can send eyeballs to you. It's not up to the user what they see. They just look down and they see 9 companies at random. And we did it that way so that it would be fair, mathematically fair, and mathematically provable that it's fair. It's operating on a certain algorithm that I've created myself. Allahu Akbar. So, oh, yes. We're going to click on Microsoft Edge Add-ons, and we're going to type in beautiful tabs. We're going to hit enter to see where we are here. Out of 794 extensions, 1. Let's just look. So we're not on the first page for that. But we're right there. Hold on, let's count it. Might be a little bit more than 17 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So we're number 34 for the word beautiful tabs. So we're 34 for beautiful tabs, 17 for the word business. All right. Now let me type in video theme. Well, let's just say video tabs. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're number 9 for the word video tabs. You getting my picture? You getting the picture here? If somebody wants a nice video background in their on their new tabs, let's just type in video background. Did I say video new tab, video background, video new tab, video new tab. We rank for that too. So it's all about keywords, okay? It's all about keywords. Enhance your browsing experience. So I typed that in. Enhance my browsing experience. We weren't specific enough on that note, but can't be everywhere. We only show up for certain things. All right. Now, if I type in, let's just see, advertise my business in new tabs. Now, that's something I would want. I would want to advertise my business in new tabs. Interesting. Nobody's ranking for that. Interesting. I'm gonna rank for that. I'm gonna rank for that. I'm gonna put that in our next iteration. That sounds like a good long tail keyword. All right, let's move on. This is the research that I do to make sure that we're number one in certain areas. No, we rank high. We're not number one, we rank high. All right. Oh, I'm not gonna forget that. Oh, no. Screenshot. All right. And we're going to get into our motivational talk for the day. Let's see who we want to pick. First, we picked Myron Golden. Second, we picked Les Brown. Now we're going to pick Jim Rohn. Okay. Okay, let me save that. I always save what I'm working on, and I come back and I can look at it later. And this is going to be under. It's going to be under Honeydew video themes. Honeydew business new tabs. The video theme. Maybe we're working on some things in Honeydew Dev. All right. Now, let's get out of this, but that's how you find it. All right. But yeah, you can make sure that you talk about it, have people download it, because the more you talk about it in your workplace, and the more people see that they are being represented, the more people will download it. All right. So we are going back to YouTube. And we're going to listen to Mr. Jim Rohn himself. All right. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to click here and listen to Jim Rohn. Let's mute this.
If you're a social media manager, like
mute that too. I want to hear that. Sorry, lady. That's an advertisement.
Something that's been gnawing at me day. I've been thinking about something lately, something that's been gnawing at me day and night. And I want to share it with you because I believe it's going to change your life. Are you ready? Here it is. You are going to win. That's right. You heard me correctly. You are going to win. Now, I know what you're thinking. Win what? You might ask. Well, let me tell you, you're going to win at life. You're going to win at your dreams. You're going to win at becoming the person you've always wanted to be. But here's the kicker. It's not going to be easy. Oh, no, it's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. It's going to push you to your limits and beyond. But that's exactly why you're going to win. Because winners aren't born. They're
Winners
made.
aren't born, they're made.
They're forged in the fires of adversity,
They're forged in
shaped
the
by the
fires of
hammer of
adversity,
persistence,
shaped by the hammers
and
of
polished
persistence,
by the
and
cloth of
polished by the
determination.
cloth of
You see,
determination.
back in my day, we didn't have all these fancy gadgets and gizmos. We didn't have information at our fingertips or the ability to connect with anyone around the world in an instant. But you know what we did have? We had grit. We had determination. We had the burning desire to make something of ourselves.
That's right.
And let me tell you, that's all you need. That fire in your belly, that spark in your eye. That's your ticket to success. That's your passport to greatness. That's your key to unlock the doors of opportunity that are just waiting for you to open them. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself 5 years from now. Where are you? What are you doing? How do you feel? Are you living the life you've always dreamed of? Or are you still stuck in the same old rut, wondering where the time was? The choice, my friends, is yours. You have the power to shape your destiny. You have the ability to mold your future. You have the strength to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. But it all starts with a decision. A decision to win? You see, winning isn't just about crossing the finish line first. It's not about having the most money or the biggest house or the fanciest car. No, winning is about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about growing, learning, and evolving every single day. It's about looking in the mirror and being proud of the person staring back at you. But here's the thing. Winning doesn't happen by accident. It's not something that falls into your lap while you're sitting on the couch watching life pass you by. Winning is a conscious choice. It's a deliberate action. It's a way of life. So how do you become a winner? How do you transform yourself from where you are now to where you want to be? Well, let me share with you a few principles that have guided me throughout my life. These are the cornerstones of success, the building blocks of achievement, the foundation upon which you can construct the life of your dreams. First and foremost, you've got to have a goal. You've got to know where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there, and let me tell you, that's no way to live. That's like getting in your car, starting the engine, and just driving aimlessly. You might end up somewhere interesting, but chances are you'll just waste a lot of time and gas. No, you need a clear, specific goal. Something that excites you, something that motivates you, something that gets you out of bed in the morning with a fire in your belly and a spring in your step, and it doesn't matter what that goal is. It could be starting your own business, writing a book, running a marathon, or simply being a better parent. What matters is that it's important to you. Once you have your goal, you need to write it down. There's something magical that happens when you put pen to paper. It's like you're making a contract with yourself, a promise to your future self, and trust me, you don't want to break that promise. But having a goal isn't enough. You need a plan. You need to break that big, audacious goal down into smaller, manageable steps. Because let me tell you, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And each step you take brings you closer to your destination. Now, here's where many people falter. They have a goal, they have a plan, but they don't take action. They're like a car with a full tank of gas, a map to their destination, but they never leave the driveway. Don't be that person. Take action. Start today. Start now. Remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So what are you waiting for? Take that first step. Make that first move. Because I promise you, once you start moving, momentum will carry you forward. But here's the thing about action. It's not always going to be easy. There will be days when you don't feel like it. Days when you'd rather stay in bed, pull the covers over your head, and hide from the world. And that's okay. We all those days. The winners, they push through. They get up anyway. They take action anyway because they understand that success is not about feeling good all the time. It's about doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. You see, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. to work on your business while everyone else is sleeping. It's what keeps you going to the gym when your body is screaming for rest.
That is
It's what makes
true.
you save money when everyone else is spending frivolously.
Yes.
Discipline is like a muscle. The
That's
more you
true.
use it, the stronger
Discipline
it
is like a
gets.
muscle. The
And
more
the
you
stronger
use
your
it,
discipline muscle,
yeah,
the
stronger
easier
it
it
gets.
becomes to do the things that others find difficult. That's how you separate yourself from the pack. That's how you become extraordinary in a world of ordinary. Now, let me tell you about another crucial element of winning: continuous learning. The day you stop learning is the day you start dying. And I'm not just talking about formal education here. I'm talking about a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for wisdom, an insatiable curiosity about the world around you. Read books, listen to podcasts, attend seminars, surround yourself with people who are smarter than you.
I want to write that down. I want all of y'all to write that down really quickly. He said continuous learning is key in life, and not just in school, but he said read books, listen to podcasts. What else did he say? Let's go back. Attend seminars. I know he said attend seminars. Listen to lectures. These are from people that have studied this as a profession, and you're getting an entire amount of experience in 1 hour or 30 minutes. I mean, that's crucial. It's like reading a book. It's like having someone's 20 years worth of experience dialed in and concentrated. You ever had that concentrated juice? What happens? You can pour it in. You can just put a little bit in. You pour a whole bunch of water in, and it still equals the exact same juice you would get if you had got a gallon of juice. Why? Because it was concentrated into this small little container, and now but when you dilute it, it really was an entire gallon. Just like all of the experience of somebody's life, you can squish it into 1 2 hour seminar. So you're getting everything packed in one. I think that's ultra valuable. So that's why lectures and seminars and podcasts and books are essential. Okay? Because it's a lot of experience packed into a little space, and you're getting all of that in a concentrated nature. Let's continue.
From the pack. That's how you become extraordinary in a world of ordinary. Now, let me tell you about another crucial element of winning: continuous learning. The day you stop learning is the day you start dying. And I'm not just talking about formal education here. I'm talking about a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for wisdom, an insatiable curiosity about the world around you. Read books, listen to podcasts, attend seminars, surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, more successful than you, more experienced than you. Because iron sharpens iron, and you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And here's a little secret: the more you learn, the more you earn. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of life experiences, in terms of personal.
My home, my rules, my internet.
Your value, and the more you learn, the more you earn. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of life experiences, in terms of personal. An insatiable curiosity about the world around you. Read books, listen to podcasts, attend seminars, surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, more successful than you, more experienced than you. Because iron sharpens iron, and you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And here's a little secret: the more you learn, the more you earn. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of life experiences, in terms of personal growth, in terms of the value you can bring to others. Because at the end of the day, your value in the marketplace is directly proportional to your ability to solve problems. In terms of personal growth, in terms of the value, not just in terms of.
He said, the more you learn, the more you earn. The more you learn, the more you earn, right? Excuse me. And not just in terms of money, but in personal development, okay? In terms of the value you can give, right? So we're talking about more than just money. Something you can't touch, the intangible. When you get that under your belt, you really get moving. Okay. And it increases how what your output is. It increases what you can contribute to the world around you. The more you grow internally. You become the average of the 5 people you most surround yourself with. Okay. The more, gotta write this down. You learn, and we heard this before, but did we write it down? The more you earn, and not just money, but in terms of growth personally. What else did he say?
In terms of life experiences.
In terms of life experiences. What else?
In terms of personal growth, in terms of the value you can bring to others.
In terms of the value you can bring to others. In terms of the value you can, not saying you have already, but you can bring to others. To others. So if you don't have those personal life experiences and the growth personally and the personal, you won't have that personal value that you can bring to others. I mean, you don't have that value you can bring to others. It's not in you. You can't give what you don't have. So that's why I say making a whole bunch of money is great. But if you don't have that will to spend a little charity, even if you have the money, you're not the giving person. So you don't have it to give, even if you have it in your pockets. But then then you got it the other way around too. There are people who don't have it in their pockets or have just a couple of cents in their pockets, but they have it to give and they give it all. Or they give a little bit. They give some. They got 2 pennies in their pocket. They can literally just put a penny in a cup as they walk by. What's that? That's not a millionaire. They're not a millionaire in finances, but they're a millionaire in giving, in growth, in personal development. They are wealthy in love. They are wealthy in spiritual connection. They are wealthy in charity. They're wealthy in value that they give. They say that if you make $1 million, best you become a millionaire inside so that you can keep the money. Because the millionaire is not made by the money that they have. The millionaire is made by the terms of personal development that they have so that they can keep the money. Because the money will vanish just as fast as the million was made, or given, or found, or windfalled. It'll vanish just that fast because that person is not aligned with how it was made for it to be kept. So it'll vanish just as fast as it got there. But if it takes you a while to build that, oh, you put the grit in, you put the grind in, you hustled it up, you saved it up. Guess what? It may, if you've reached that point of personal development, last longer. It may make you another million. It may have shown you through all of that grit and determination how to make your next 100 million. Okay? Let's continue.
Because at the end of the day, your value in the marketplace is directly proportional to your ability to solve problems. And the more you learn, the more problems you can solve. But
let's write that down. Your value in the marketplace is directly related to how many problems you can solve. Let me see if I got that right. Let's listen to them again.
to your ability to solve problems. And the more
So directly connected to your ability to solve problems. Okay?
you learn, the more problems you can solve.
And the more you learn, problems you can solve. And the more you learn, the more problems you can solve. So what does that mean? If we can put this in a mathematical equation of value, you would say X value equals let's say N will be the number and P would be problem. So N times P. X equals N times P. X is your value in the marketplace. Now, in fact, we're going to say V is your value in the marketplace equals the number, right? The number times the P, the problems. Okay? That's what it would be. In fact, we have a whiteboard right behind us. Hey, let's use that thing. So let me go up here and turn off my my background filter, adjust the background effects. Oh, I think it's because we're sharing. 1 second. I'm gonna stop sharing. All right, there you go. Here's my background. Okay. Let me adjust this. I didn't know it's gonna be teaching today. Oh, not on this motivational hour. But look, so we have V is the value, your value. That's you. Boop, boop, boop. That's you. That's me down there. Your value in dollars. I'm gonna put that word there. V in dollars. Okay. Your value, son. Your value equals. Now, your value in the marketplace. We want to say your value in the marketplace equals N is the number of what? The number of, let's say the number. Oh, excuse me. Oh, dang. Why do I keep saying number? It's ability. The ability, your ability to solve problems. So I'm saying number. Huh? He said your value in the marketplace is equal to your ability. So we're going to say A, your ability, ability, to solve problems. That's P, problems. And ability would equal the number. Okay. No, we got to figure out what the number is. Okay. So the value equals the ability to solve problems. So if that's the case, then the more you learn, and we're going to say L, a big L for learning, the more you learn, Learn, right? And we're going to say the more you learn, uh, the more equals the more ability. The more you learn equals the ability. The more no the more problems you can solve. All right, guys, I had a short break there. I would like to let you know, I don't know what my other marker is, but I'd like to let you know that your value, again, is equal to your ability to solve problems. When you learn, you increase you increase your ability. So let's say 10 times, you 10x, you 10x your ability to your ability. So your ability gets bigger as you learn. So let's say you 10x your learning, you 10x your ability to solve problems. So if if this is 10 times, so let's say L is 5, that's 10 times 5 equals 10A. All right. So 10 times 5 is 50, and 10A is 10A. All right. 50 equals 10A. So what is A? Well, let's divide by 10 on each side. All right, that equals 5, and this equals A. So 5 equals A. A equals 5. So if A equals 5, A equals 5, then up here, A equals 5. 5. Problems. How many problems? Let's say this is one problem. So 5 times one problem equals 5 problems. 5 problems equals your value. Let's say your value is $10,000. Let's say your value is $10,000. If your value is $10,000, every 5 problems you solve, right? Every 5 problems you solve, then that means that each problem is called each problem is $2,000. So you get paid $2,000 every problem you solve. That's a good that's a good solution. All right. So now, now that we know that every problem you solve, you get $2,000. If we increase how much you learn, let's say now we do 100 times the learning. You 10x your learning. Let's do 1,000 times the learning, right? And actually, it's only 100 times the learning because we started out at 10. Learning was 10. We 10x your learning. But now let's 10x that 10x. Okay, so let's do 100 times the learning. That's only 100 more times of what we were doing. Okay, and let's say that took you one day to do 10 learning tasks. So now it's 100 days. 100 days to do 1,000 learning tasks. Now you have that oomph, you know what you know, right? Now you have 1,000 times the learning power, right? Now let's do 1,000 times the ability. You have 1,000 times the ability to solve problems. Now your A up here is not just 5. Your A up here is 5,000. Excuse me. Wait. I want to be correct. So let's just do the math. Do the math. So we're not solving for A anymore. No, let's solve for A. 1,000 equals 1,000 A, right? And then 1,000 times 5 is 5,000, right? And then over here, we are going to say that 5,000 now. Let's and then 10,000 over here. So I mean 1,000 over here, 5,000 over there. It's still equal to 5, right? They're still equal to 5. because 1,000 goes into 5,000. So it's still going to be A equals 5, right? But the ability is still, we're going to put 2 zeros on there because we put 2 zeros up here. All right. Our ability now is not just 5, it's 500. So now we're solving 500 problems, right? V equals 500 problems. And we're going to add 2 zeros on the end of that and 2 zeros on the end of that. You see how it exponentially increases? Boom. Now you're making $200,000 because you chose to do 100 times the work. We made 100 times the pay. It's directly proportionate to the amount of problems you could, the ability to solve problems, which affected the number of problems that you can solve, which affected the number of value that you output. It's all mathematically solvable, provable. All right. So numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. So you want to make sure that your numbers in your bank account can't lie. But they don't lie already. But you want to next that. So you get, ooh, I like that. You get $1 million. Oh, here we go. You get $1 million every 500 problems you solve. No, you get $1 million every 500 problems you solve. That's correct. And you get $200,000 for every 100 problems you solve. See that? I forgot to put the 2 zeros there. I took them off. For every 100 problems you solve, you get $200,000. For every 100 problems you solve, you get $200, the $200,000. So you get $1 million every 500 problems you solve. Now we're getting into that one. Remember I said 1 million? Now we're looking at it like that. Okay. You want to go up? Let's go up. Add 2 more zeros. Add 3 more zeros on that. Add 3 more zeros on that. Now we're going to add 3 more zeros on the days as well, because everything's directly proportionate. Okay. Now, instead of 100 days, you did 10,000 days. Instead of 100 days, you did 10,000 days. Now, what's 10,000? What's 100 days? 100 days is less than a third of a year. Okay. So what is 10,000 days? Well, let's add 1 0 on that. One year, add a 0. That's a decade. Okay. 1 year, add a 0. That's 1 decade. That's 10 years. So 1/3 of a decade is 3 years, less than 3 years. You got to a tenth of that. So let's add 1 more 0. That's 100 years. What's 1/3 of 100 years? 30 years? Less than 30 years. Less than 30 years. And we tend to live about what? 60 to 80 years old. 30 years is still half of 60. And 30 years is still less than half of 40. Half of 80, which is 40. Okay, so less than half your life. You're learning. Well, we're already learning. 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, 15 years into our existence, 16, 17, 18 years, 20 years. When you go to college, you've been going to school now for 20 years. What's the extra 10 years? What's the extra 10 years? What's an extra 10 years of learning? Right? As you're earning, because you're out in the workforce by then. These are just my permutations. But if you're working for 30 years, right? So if you're learning for 30 years, and then you say, well, now you can earn 10,000 days worth of learning. Well, let's add those zeros. Now you've solved 50,000 problems. And for every 50,000 problems, let's back up. You solve 10,000 problems. For every 10,000 problems you get, add those zeros, put those commas, $20 million every 10,000 problems you solve. But now for every 50,000 problems you solve, did I add the zeros here? Yes, I did. Let's introduce these commas. Let's rearrange these commas. You get $100 million for every 50,000 problems you solve. You don't have to do it all yourself. If you're smart enough, by this time of 30 years worth of studying, which by the way, 20 years of it you already did in regular school, then it's 10 years finding out what you want to do, how you want to do it, and how to get there. That's the pursuit of your own journey. All right. But right now, what you're really thinking about is which direction am I going to go? Just make sure you're going in the direction that's consistently learning. Okay. What's going on, Wells? Consistently learning. And make sure that you are focused on how you can get that 100x. So we're talking about, for those who just joined us, we're talking about how your value in the marketplace is directly related to your ability to solve problems. And the more problems the more you learn equals the better your ability to solve problems. The more problems you can solve. So we did a mathematical equation, and we said that if I 10x what I learned, can I 10x my ability? Yes. And when my ability is 10x, the problems that I solve 10x, so that the value that I earn in the marketplace 10x's. So if I started out with making $10,000 for every 5 problems I solved, I made $2,000 every problem I solved. Okay, then we upped the ante and we said, well, how about every 1,000 problems I solve? No, excuse me. How about every 100 problems I solve? And we said that would be tantamount to 50 times the ability, 50 problems, and 50 problems would equal $100,000. That's somebody's yearly salary, and you only did 50 problems. Move it up, 500 problems. That's that's $1 million. No, excuse me, 100,000. Yes, that's $1 million for every 500 problems you solve. We moved it up 2 times of that. And we said instead of 1,000 days, excuse me, instead of 100 days, because we said one day you could learn 10 things. If you can learn 10 things in one day, then in 100 days you could learn 1,000 things. And in no, what did I say? One day, yeah, in 100 days you could learn 100 things. No, you could learn 1,000 things. Correct. And then right here, we're at 10,000 days learning 100,000 things. Now, things, when I say things, I mean understandings, skill sets that build upon one another, that get you to a master level, a PhD level, they would say in college, a master level of mastery. And there are ways that we can mathematically prove that this is correct. So your your value in the marketplace is directly proportionate to your ability to solve problems. And the more you learn, the more problems you can solve. So the more you learn, directly proportionate with the increase in your value, directly proportionate. So we're learning 10,000 days, which is tantamount to 30 years, less than 30 years. And we've already done 20 years worth of learning in primary school and secondary school. People discount this in high school, well, that's post-secondary school, in uh in college, trade school. Okay. Now that we have that 20 years worth of work or 25 years worth of work, we really only have 5 to 10 more years, 5 to 7 more years worth of learning to do in your trade, in your area of expertise, on the job training, real life experiences. These are things that foster the development personally internally. When you change something on the inside, then your external changes, your surrounding changes. So uh less than 30 years ain't long. We shrunk it down to 5 to 7 years. In fact, it might even be less than that. It's the indicator of where we're at in life, how much we've learned. Um, and when we put that to constructive use, we can get that. I didn't even say the word $100 million, 100 million, and that's not even my number. My number, to be honest here, this is my number personally. That's my number. That's the number I want to hit in life. And it's because I wrote down all of the reasons why I'm going to earn that. I wrote down all of the reasons that would get me to that goal, how much value I'm going to put into the world to receive that. Appreciate you. So, and not just how much value, but what exactly I'm going to do to reach the goal. And then after I do that, how would I feel when I get there? What would I be doing when I get there? Who are the people that are going to be impacted when I get there? Who's going to have success when I get there? Who's going to have a better life when I get there? Right? I'm thinking about these people already, thinking about their experiences already, thinking about my experiences already. What smells is it going to be smell? What tastes are going to be tasted? What experiences are going to be had? What life is going to be led? Um, uh, who's going to be supported? Where they're going to be? How they're going to be? All of this ties into me visualizing where this number, when I get it, when I attain it, how I'm going to be living, how the people around me are going to be living, how my loved ones, the people that I support, the charities that I'm going to be donating to. These things matter. If you can't see yourself there, you won't be there. And when we know that, when we know we can live in the future now, it sets a direct course to get there. I think we were listening to Jim Rohn, and I over affirmation, correct. I overtook the talk that he was talking because he taught me these things. He taught me these things. And a lot of different mentors have taught me these things. I am of the 5 people I most hang around, and I hang around these mentors. They're in my ear. They used to be in my ear every single day, and now I can't get them out of my head. But why would you want to? If it's all they're doing is motivating you, they're motivating you to do better with your life, to plan, to 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 do better. So this is just a permutation of what Jim Rohn was talking about, how your value is directly correlated with your ability to solve problems, and the more you learn, the more problems you can solve. And I had to take that to math because I'm just a math head. Know what it's like to already have it. So the emotion, the feeling, and thoughts are there. Yep. Hands on. Visualize what you want to help materialize it. That's correct. Know what it's like to already have it. So the emotion and feeling and the thoughts are there. So now the only thing left is truly obtaining it. But you show gratefulness of having it already So you do have it now. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. That's true. That is true. So guys and girls, everybody that's watching, everybody that will be watching in the future, because these meetings are recorded, and I post them back up in our group so that people can get the benefit of the daily motivational talks, these daily motivational lectures, and we're turning them into lectures, and we're putting them on the. Thank you, appreciate that. Oh dang, it's 8 o'clock already. Well, we got to get out of here already. Dang. Uh, But I mean, I'm gonna stick around just a little bit longer because I want to introduce everybody to not only motivation, right? But what to do with that motivation. When you have that motivation, what to do with that motivation, what to put it in, how to put it in action. And that's what Jim Rohn was talking about when he said, have a goal, then break it down into smaller manageable steps. Then doesn't matter if you have manageable steps. You got the map in your hand. You're sitting in your Ferrari and you won't push the gas. You won't go nowhere. You know exactly where you got to go, but you won't go nowhere. He said, don't sit in the driveway. Okay, take action with the map. And then start today. The best the best time to plant the tree was 20 years ago to harvest the fruit now, right? But and that's funny, we're planting trees. All right. But the second best time to plant that tree is now. I thought that tied perfectly into eco-entrepreneurs. I mean, thanks, Jim Rohn. That was like, oh, spot on, right? Because the oxygen that we want from these trees that we're planting, I wish that I had planted it 20 years ago so I can get the oxygen of it today. Okay, but the second best time to plant it is now for the next 20 years. We have to be selfless enough to give the value to the future generations without just wanting it ourselves. That's what planting trees is all about, right? And to be disciplined. To be disciplined. After you start today, you have to be disciplined. You have to wake up 5 in the morning to work on your business. Yes, you have to. Otherwise, you won't find that time. You'll be too busy. It's this aching to the point where I learned in Islam it says 5 before 5, and one of those 5 is to value your free time before you're busy. Value your free time before you're busy. The others are value your youth before your old age. Value your health before your sickness. Value your life before your death, and value your health before your sickness, your youth before old age, your your um your life before your death, your free time before you're busy, and your wealth before your poverty. Okay? I think those are very good actionable steps to do. Be mindful of it. Okay? Because nothing stays the same in life. Everything changes. Okay? Can't help it and takes used to sleep early. Oh, okay, yeah. I got you. Oh, they ain't got the chat on way up here. All right, look. So after you are disciplined, now you're disciplined. It is a continuous thing to be disciplined. And things start showing up in your life once you become disciplined. That discipline affects all other disciplines, just like Jim Rohn said. The smallest of disciplines affect all the disciplines in your life, affect all the other things. If you wake up, this one guy in the military, he said, and he's a motivational speaker now. He said, "I make my bed in the morning." He said, "I make my bed in the morning." In fact, he wrote a whole book on "I make my bed in the morning." And when he make this bed in the morning, he can do anything else in the day. But if he can't even make his bed in the morning, that shows him he's not disciplined enough to do the smallest of tasks. Some think that would be the most menial of tasks. Therefore, you can't do the big things. And they say You are tasked with the smallest of things. And if you can't handle the smallest of things, why would God give you the biggest of things to maintain? And you ask, why aren't I a millionaire yet? Because you haven't managed your checkbook on $100 or $1,000 or $10,000. Why are you looking for $1 billion? It will be gone, just like that $100 are gone, and it's gone just like that. So why would he? God does not waste. He does not waste. He gives to whom he wills when he wills. And that's just something I've learned from Islam. He gives to whom he wills when he wills. So back here, we want to make sure that we are being continuous. We want to learn. These are just notes that I took from the lecture earlier. We want to learn. We want to continuously learn. That means past primary school, past secondary school, past high school, past college, right? We want to read books that align with our interests. We want to listen to podcasts from people that are talking about what we want to learn. We want to attend seminars from the people that have mastered these things. They have went to seminars. They've read books. They've listened to tapes when they were tapes back in the day, guys. All right. Now it's podcasts. All right. Same thing. They listen to lectures of people who have mastered their craft, have honed their skills so specifically, so intentionally, that now they can produce out of their mouth. They can produce out of their mouth what it is that they want others to learn in their field, because they become the masters of their field, of their time. All right. You're only the master of your field of your time. You can't be the master of your field of all time, because there will become someone after you that will master that field and may overshadow you. So only the master of that time. And that's something we have to be relative to the time that we're in. Earl Nightingale was relative to the time that he was in. Jim Rohn was the master of the time and the time that he was in. After Jim Rohn, no, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Because Jim Rohn's teacher was Earl Schoaf in the time of Earl Nightingale. And then Jim Rohn, he had a student, and we know him all today. His name is Tony Robbins. Everybody knows Tony Robbins, but everybody don't know Jim Rohn. And people know Jim Rohn, but everybody don't know doesn't know Earl Schoaf. But Earl Schoaf was mentioned by his mentee. That's why I mentioned my mentors. I know Earl Schoaf because Jim Rohn talked about him so much. He edified him. He didn't deify him. Now, that's two different things. Deification and edification are two different things. Deification is worshiping something, which we should never do outside of God himself, the one, the only, the sublime. Edifying someone is showing respect to no, more than that. Showing the accountability that they showed up to do. Showing their skills that they allowed you, that they inculcated in you. The value that they passed to you. That is called edification. I'm edifying this person because of these reasons. So let's stay on topic. Excuse me, I hit my mic. Listen to podcasts, attend seminars, listen to lectures, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. Don't be, you know, they're smarter than me. I feel a little down in the dumps. I don't want to be around people that are smarter than me. I want to be the smartest person in the room. Okay. If you be the smartest person, if you be the dumbest person, the smartest person in the room, right? What can you learn from the people that are less smart than you? How to be less smart, how to make less smart decisions, how to make less smart, have less smart outcomes. I want to make smarter decisions. I want to have I want to make have smarter outcomes. So to do that, I must humble myself, humble my pride, humble my ego, kick my hubris in the butt, and say, hey, it's time to learn from people that know more than me, have more experience than me, are wealthier than me. I'm fine because you are what they say. You are the average of the 5 people you most surround yourself with. So trust me, if water seeks its own level, and I threw a life raft out there, and I jumped on the life raft in the sea of millionaires, guess what? I'm gonna float. There's no way possible you can't float if you're in a sea of millionaires. If you're in a sea of experienced people, if you're in a sea of skilled individuals, if you're in a sea of smarter people, you will float. But if you never jump in that sea, if you never choose that sea to jump into, you won't float upon that sea. And then there are rocks, as they say in the Quran, there are rocks that sink in fear of their Lord. Then there are rocks that gush forth water, springs. There are different, okay, so there are different ways to live your life. We are all made of flesh and bone, right? But there are different ways to recreate your existence. You have to divinely align yourself with something bigger than yourself. We all have 24 hours in a day. How you spend that time is up to you. Will become your outcome. 10,000 days, 30 years, $100 million. I have to do 4 times that amount to get to my goal. That's 120 years. No, 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 my friend. The power of exponential math. There's power in numbers. There's strength in numbers, they say. So that's why I'm building a community. I would rather have a penny from 100 people than $100 from one person. As long as I'm giving value to those 100 people, and I won't give them pennies worth of value, I'll always give them $100 worth of value. So that one day I am raising the bar for my own existence. So that I'm always moving up. So we have a lot to do. We have only a short amount of time to do it in. One of my mentors, his name is, don't kill me, Billy. Billy Jean is marketing. He said we have, and I'm going to take my permutations off the board, but I'm going to keep this 30 years. Okay? Now, he said the average person has, this is 100 years. 100 years. This is 0. That's 100. Okay? That's your life time. Up until here, you don't know what you're doing. Let's just cut that off. And most people won't live fast here. Let's just cut that off. We're looking at the average. In this time is about 40 years of working. There's a retirement. Oh, dang, I didn't even say that. What about this retirement? Because this is the death part. This is the death part. I can't do a death emoji. I never did a death emoji. Okay, look. But what about this time right here? This is all the time you have to earn all of the money you're gonna have in your life, and then you retire, and then you live off that. You're old. You're like 70 or something. Okay? In this time frame, this is all you got. And most people spend most of this time working at a 9-to-5 job. Trading dollars. No, excuse me, trading time. The only time you have for money. Well, what if I told you that if you could trade value for money. Make an offer for money. Like Myron Golden said, everything costs. How much this tape cost to me? Everything costs this amount of tape. Well, this was $2 tape. So I pay for it with an offer. I don't pay for it with time. I only got this amount of time. I can't sell that anymore. Okay? I'm 39. So I've already entered my 40 years. So 39 to 70. Hold on now. Let me do the math. I only got 21. Hold on. 21 years. Yeah. I got 21 years until I'm 70. No, that don't make sense. Hold on. 3, 9, 2, 1, 0, carry the 1, 6. Okay, excuse me. Ooh, felt a little old there. Felt like Gandalf the White. All right. All right. So look, I got 31 years until I am 70. So I've more than passed my halfway point. All right now. Oh, you want to say something?
Great speech. I just have to go. I
I
was
got you.
saying, yeah, a lot of involuntary things that we do takes up most of our time, and it literally only leaves us with a few years, a handful of years, actually open. Involuntary things like tying your shoe and eating. I think we spend over a third of our life eating and sleeping. So, I mean, yeah, I'll let you finish
Oh, for
it.
sure, for sure. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
And guys, there's only a certain amount of time we have, and if we trade that entire time for money, what are we gonna have left? Just money, as if we saved it. Let's say you saved $1 million. Best case scenario of working 40 years. How much would you have to? How much would you have to not spend in 40 years to have $1 million in the bank? Well, we can do the math on that, but we don't got a lot of time. Remember, time. I'm going to show you, instead of doing it like that, I'm going to show you a different way. Make an offer. How do you get an offer? Well, have value. Well, how do you have value? Solve problems. This is what they didn't teach in school. They taught you how to learn in order to create yourself as a cog in a wheel of someone else's problem-solving machine. And they solve problems and they get the big money. Well, why can't you solve problems? Have the same training, be the same engineer, but then go out and create your own practice. Huh? And solve problems the same way. But now instead of getting 1/20th of the profit, now you can get 18 out of 20 of the profit. Now you can get 18 out of 20 of the profit, right? You are the business owner. Now you can, obviously, 17 or 15, say 15, because fourth of that is that your expenses. You're only getting 75% of what your profit is, okay? All right, so we're gonna wrap this up, but tomorrow we're gonna touch back on this because I want to tell you more about how to make an offer that produces value to solve problems, and you can 10 times, 20, 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times your value based on community. All right. So have a great day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.